Hi there, welcome to Real Life on the Homestead in Ontario. I'm Marie, and today I'm going to show you 2 sides or snacks that you can have that are so simple, under 10 minutes. First, we're going to start off with chicken nuggets, and then I've previously recorded on another day how I do scallops and brown butter, and they're both amazing little snacks to have. With today's chicken, I'm actually going to be making some curry chicken for my husband. But, you know, I've had people say, I can't cook for my family and cook for myself. What should I do? And for myself, because I know I'm okay with spices, I've already tested myself in, reintroducing spices. I'm good. So what I'll do is I'll make up the curry, I'll cook the chicken, I'll scoop out the chicken, and I won't take a lot of sauce with me because it does have a lot of spices. I'm just going to reduce it by removing some of the chicken. They can have it with their rice and their naan bread, and I'll just have my chicken. Not a problem. I do that with a lot of meals. I will remove the meat. It will have the sauces as long as I'm not using a thickener like flour or cornstarch. I'm comfortable pulling the meat out and using that as my meal for today. So I'm going to show you the chicken nuggets, and the scallops I recorded on a previous day, but I'm sure you'll get the gist of how simple they are. Here I have some of our homegrown chicken. It's actually chicken breast. I've cubed it, but you can do it into strips the same as chicken tenders. And I am going to heat up my pan with some tallow because I'm going to cook these up. The minute I get them in the pan, they will start to steam, so they won't actually fry in the pan. Doing this without a tripod's not easy. So there's my piece of my tallow, and I'm going to melt that down and get my chicken in there. Now I'm melting down my tallow. However, if I still had some of my chicken fat, I would be using that, otherwise known as schmaltz. But I have used it up for this season, so tallow it is. Here's our chicken that's been cooked, but not dried out. And what I do is I take it, I place it on a paper towel. I'm just gonna do a small amount to show you. And I pat it dry to make sure that I take any of the juices off, because we don't want this being boiled chicken. And then what I do from here is I take some of my melted tallow. I'm going to add just a little bit to the chicken. If you add more or less, it doesn't make that much of a difference. But what we're doing is we're creating an oil around the chicken. And I'm not crazy about pork panko as a crust or a topping, so I usually do plain with tallow, or I will sometimes use Parmesan cheese, but for this, just some tallow. And then I am going to take the liner of my air fryer. I'm lining it because I don't want to do cleanup that I don't need to. I place the chicken on here. Again, I'm not using a tripod today, so holding the camera and doing this is not the easiest thing to do. So I'm just going to separate them out. Normally I do a lot more than this, but this is just for demo purposes because I am making a curry with that chicken for my husband. And then into the air fryer, and I'm going to use the setting for French fries, which takes it to 400. And I'm gonna let that go for maybe 3 to 5 minutes, not a long time. Now look at these beauties. All I have to do, this was 3 minutes, is sprinkle a little bit more salt because I always like a little bit extra salt. And let's taste it. Here we are. Look at that. These are beautiful chicken nuggets. The chicken is cooked. All we were doing was crisping it with tallow, adding a little extra salt. Super moist. Gotta stop doing that. So they're super moist, crispy on the outside. The flavor of the tallow makes them taste fried. These are the best chicken nuggets you're ever gonna come across. And look how simple. Just simmer them on the stove, start them off. That took a whole 5 minutes. And then just finish them in the air fryer. What I like to do many, many times is do a batch, put them in a container in the fridge, and then just fry up enough for my snack. So this was so simple and so quick that let me show you how I do scallops, because I love scallops as a side. So those tasted so phenomenal that I took the rest of the chicken. I am tossing it with tallow and I am throwing it all in the air fryer. And from this, I will make the curry that I'm making for tonight. Let me just spread that out. And instead of doing 3 minutes, I'll probably do 5, but these will get a nice crisp on them. So these are the Patagonian scallops. They're quite small, get 80 to 100 for a package. But the beautiful thing of this is they are wild caught. And it's amazing the flavor that you get from adding scallops to a steak. What a side. I do them in brown butter. See, they're not very large, but the sweetness and the flavor is incredible. I tell you, I love having, it's like candy. When you can make your carnivore lifestyle just as delectable as when you were having, those candies and carbs and sugars. And here you have real food, natural food, scallops. And they taste so sweet. All I added to this was brown butter and salt. Oh my God, these are friggin' good. See that? Chicken nuggets under 5 minutes, scallops under 3. There's no reason you need to snack on garbage. You can do your own snacks and they can be delicious. So I hope you keep following. Please subscribe if you haven't already done so. Share with your friends. We'll talk to you next time.